Hello everyone. I don't know if I'm going to do any more 9/11 videos. I know I promised you a series and there's a whole lot of facts out there for you to discover if you're so interested. But I would suggest that you go to AE for 911truth.org or pilots for 911truth.org as your sources for information pertaining to 9/11. And I will post those links to the webpage or to the Facebook as soon as I'm done uploading this video so that you have those actual links. They're in some of the threads from the other ones, but those are the most credible sources. These are professionals, not tinfoil hat-wearing people. These are PhDs. These are people with master's degree and bachelor's degrees who are experts on the physics of how buildings are constructed and how they're demolished. And I think it's important to understand why I did this. I did this because I care. I care about what our country does and why they do it. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to investigate. You know, some of the things I found was that there is a massive cover-up. There's a massive effort. There's absolutely no question that there's a massive effort by our government and by media sources to bury this story. There was a very interesting C-SPAN C-SPAN program that they actually allowed one of the engineers, Architects and Engineers for Truth, the founder of that organization, to speak for almost 50 minutes. And I will post a link for that video as well. But anyways, the information's out there. There's absolutely no doubt that there's something hanky going on with this whole situation. There is no doubt that our government is complicit in some way, shape, or form. I shouldn't say our government, but certain members of our government are complicit in this in some way, shape, or form. And that it needs to be investigated. There are facts that just simply do not add up. There are facts that defy the laws of physics. There are facts which present a much better theory of how things happened than what the government has presented so far. And those families, those people that were murdered that day, those 3,000 citizens of the United States that were murdered that day, deserve truth. And why would we hide from the truth? Why would we not want the absolute truth? The only people who don't want truth are people with agendas. Truth is a great cleanser. So let's cleanse. Let's come together. Let's do this together. It's the only thing we have. All the things in the world right now they're trying to do to divide us over race, over equality issues, over abortion, over so many things. The bottom line is that they want the war machine to keep turning. They want us distracted. The corporations need to make their profits. There is nothing in the corporate agenda that serves the people. The corporate agenda serves the stockholders. It serves the class of people who have true ownership. There is a great inequity in our country. And the very founding principle of our country should be, of any society, is to make that society the best it can be for as many people as possible. Not enrich a few and impoverish most. Not when it's not necessary. It isn't necessary. It comes down to basic greed. And what's the first thing that really should be illegal? Excessive greed. That's what should be illegal. I'm hoping, and I'm going to try to focus my messages on coming together, on stopping the divisions between us, whether it be by race, gender, creed, religion, it doesn't matter. We all have common things that we share. We all want a place to call home. We all want a warm meal. We all want a warm bed. We all want success for our children. But if you think about the reality, people who don't have money, people who aren't wealthy, people who aren't part of the top 10%, 5% in the country, their children don't have the same opportunity as those other children who are from the wealthy families. It isn't just a matter of work hard and get better. There's a system that when you're wealthy, you have a much, much better percentage chance of remaining wealthy, of getting an education that will help you maintain that wealth, of getting a support structure that will help you maintain that wealth. A lot of wealthy people didn't earn that wealth on their own. They inherited that wealth. Why is that person a better human being and deserving of a better life than anyone else? We don't truly know what source people really got their money from, and the reality is there's no way to make money without making it off the backs of other people. So everyone who's been wealthy has made that wealth off the backs of other people. It's about getting the better of other people. Maybe that's not the best system to use. I don't know. It's just something to think about. But the reality is, the facts are out there, and you have to decide what you want to do with them. Or if you even want to look at them or investigate them. I can talk till I'm blue in the face. I've done all the research. I've researched the sources behind the sources. I've gone very much in depth, and I encourage anybody else to do the same, just so you're educated and informed. Just don't stay down in the rabbit hole for too long. It's a scary place, and I don't recommend it for anyone. You know, I'm recovering from that. All these discoveries have been recent in my life, and yeah, I'm impulsive, and I jump, and I want to react, and I want to shout from the rooftops that, hey, look what our government did. Look what people in our own country did to other people in our own country. I know I have a really good sense of what happened. I understand how systems work. It's what I made a career of for almost 30 years. And I know the system in place. I know that this is not some wild theory. It's not implausible that people from our own country or people from intelligence services were involved with this. It actually makes much, much more sense than 19 hijackers. But all of us want to believe in 19 hijackers. I wanted to believe in 19 hijackers versus the alternative of it being a, quote, inside job. That's simply not what the facts support. That's all. We need new investigations. We need to bring to justice people who've done this. We can't just simply sit by and let people do this, because if they do, they're going to do it again. If they can get away with it once, they're going to get away with it again. All you see in the news is terror, 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 terror. At some point, you have to stop being afraid. At some point, we all have to stop being afraid.